Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Thursday, the 6th day of February. Today is National Frozen Yogurt Day, which I really like frozen yogurt, but I would think that it would make more sense to have this day in like the middle of the summer.
I'm really not a frozen yogurt or an ice cream person much. I
like
that's
them
just
both.
not one of my favorite
That's why it works so well between the two of us, because I just finish yours for you.
Yeah.
So.
Meanwhile, there's ice cream and stuff that we've had in the freezer for how long? It's got crystals all over and nobody's ever eaten it.
We probably should get rid of some of that. It's also National Lame Duck Day. So for those of you who are lame ducks, I mean, celebrate, I guess. It's going to do it for our things that happened today. But it is a Thursday, and we have a Dear John letter. And our Dear John letter this week is from Singled and Scared. And this is kind of a, I don't know, could be like the beginning of a really bad movie kind of letter. I've got it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A survey from Crispy Green. I don't know what that is. They found the average American quits their New Year's resolution diet by February 1st. So,
oh, yeah, for sure. I bet even in January yet.
Yeah, but by February 1st, most people are done with their diets. Now, this gorgeous woman sitting with me, she and I started a diet. We started ours before New Year's, and we both have dropped quite a bit of weight. Now, we did about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we kind of did not so great, but we're back on track now, right?
Yes,
and
we are.
This will be a better week? All right.
Yes.
All right, let's make that happen. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At BetterCreditCards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by Time4Rehab.com. According to court records, there was a person getting his hair cut at Great Clips in North Dakota, and he warned the stylist that he would, quote, he said here, "If you don't make me look beautiful, I'm going to kill you."
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Talk about putting the pressure on the poor person cutting his hair.
Michael McKenzie appeared to be drunk and had a bottle of Fireball whiskey in his pocket when he showed up at the Bismarck Salon. He was getting his hair cut. He told police that he stated something to the effect of, "I'm going to kill you if you don't make me look beautiful."
The stylist called the cops?
Yeah, somebody in the place did. And her hand was shaking. She was very, very
I'm sure
nervous.
She was.
Says that she was in fear for her life due to him making these comments.
Did he expose a weapon, or
No.
did he say, "Yes, this is, I've got a gun, and you're going to do what I want you to do"?
I think that he was just drunk, and he was being silly. He probably thought he was being funny, but it wasn't funny. It was a bad idea. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Tamra Judge is leaving The Real Housewives of Orange County after 12 seasons. I know Heidi's going to have to get a new lunchbox now. Oh, wait, you don't. No. Al Pacino was in the news. And he's a big star.
Yes,
he's been in a lot of stuff, but I guess he fell on the red carpet at the British Film Awards.
I heard that.
That's too bad.
That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. Have you ever done anything where like you've tripped and fallen? And
oh yes.
What was the first thing you did when it happened?
I just get up, pretended like it didn't happen, and
first thing I did, I looked to see, did anybody see that? And then I laughed a little bit, and I got up. He did this on the red carpet. Everybody was watching.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you know everybody was watching? I mean, I don't even know how do you recoup from that?
You take a bow.
He's like, "You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome."
Take a bow.
For my next trick, Yeah, I don't know what you would do, but Al Pacino, hopefully everything's okay. This has
Yeah,
been-
I did it. My friend Tanya was with me, and she starts laughing at me. And then she's like yelling in front of everyone, "Aren't you embarrassed?" I'd be so embarrassed. I'm like, stop.
I am
trying
now.
to just walk away from
Thanks, Tanya. I've got a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. GMC has confirmed the electric version of the Hummer is on its way. 2021 is when it's going to be rolling down the assembly line and onto the showroom floors. I think that's kind of cool. State of Mississippi was named the worst state in the country for having a pet. I wonder why. That just seems random, doesn't it? I've got a link to the story. I'm going to have to click on there now and see when I've got time. Probably not right now because I got this story. An Italian cruise ship has been put on lockdown after 2 passengers contracted the coronavirus after boarding in Hong Kong. Can you imagine being on a cruise ship?
Oh, no.
With people that are sick, and you're like, okay, now is everybody on this thing going to be sick?
Keep them away from me.
Yeah, it's bad. That's really bad.
I would never go on a cruise ship anyway.
I got a couple other coronavirus stories in the program today that we'll get to. But this one, McDonald's has scrapped plans to sell 5-cent Big Macs in Russia over fears of the coronavirus. So
5 cents?
Yeah, they were going to sell 5-cent Big Macs for like some sort of, I don't know if it was an anniversary, a fifth, I don't know what the reason was.
What does the coronavirus have to do with them selling hamburgers?
I don't know. I think maybe they're just using it as an excuse. They're like, we just realized this was a terrible idea, so because of the coronavirus, we're not going to do it. You're like, wait, how does that even connect?
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Like, oh, don't be hurtful. It's the coronavirus. It's not because it was a terrible marketing idea. It was the coronavirus the whole time. So I have no idea. Court documents show R. Kelly blackmailed his accusers by filming children in videos while he was doing these terrible things that he was doing. Then he was threatening to reveal these videos if they came forward. So he recorded his own evidence, is pretty much what that is. Wow. Speaking of people make bad decisions, lawyers for Jeffrey Epstein's Madame Giselle Maxwell say that her emails that contain sensitive info about the high-profile celebrities, including Prince Andrew, those emails were hacked. So hopefully that doesn't mean that they've been, like, deleted.
Hopefully that means somebody's got him who's actually going to do something with him.
I don't know. Just a lot of stuff going on there. This is kind of interesting. Aerosmith drummer Joey Kramer is suing the band because they wouldn't let him play after he suffered short-term injuries. Like, I'm fine now. I want to come back. And they're going, no, we got a different drummer. You just set this one out. You stay out. And he's suing to get back behind the drum kit for Aerosmith. I'm sad to hear that it had to go that far. So I don't know exactly what all's going on there. It just seems weird. Madonna was forced to cancel her concert in Lisbon last week so she could deal with injuries. I don't believe it's a coronavirus. Maybe just too many coronas.
I wonder what happened there.
I don't know. I have no idea. And this is a bizarre story. An Al-Qaeda leader who murdered 2 Iraqi police officers was just arrested in Arizona. What?
Oh.
I didn't know that was going on. It's going to do it for one more coronavirus story since we've got it here. The United States now has 11 cases of the coronavirus after a California man gave it to his wife following a recent trip to China. So the gift that just keeps on giving. I am looking forward to the day when that is not in the news and the Epstein stuff is not in the news and the Prince Andrew and the Meghan Markle.
There will be
feel
other
like a broken
nightmare
record.
stuff.
Oh, I know. But until then, thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
It's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right, we got a kind of a dating letter this week.
Okay.
A little bit, but almost a little stalker-ish, maybe. I don't know. She could be complete reading into this. So we're going to read this, and I love it when people chime in. You can give some advice, and I got a feeling that there's going to be kind of polarizing differences on.
Okay.
So I'll read this to you, and then we'll chat. Here we go. Dear John, I met a guy through a dating website. We talked online for a few weeks before we ever met in person. Online, he was the nicest guy and had such a great sense of humor. We finally met in person this weekend, and he was completely different than I expected. Some of his jokes were kind of creepy. Since the date, I've been avoiding his messages. He knows where I work, where I live, and which gym I go to. I keep having these weird feelings that he's following me. I told my neighbor about him, and they're keeping an eye out for anyone. So far, there has been nothing, thank goodness. I think I should, I think I should reply to let him know that we're probably not best suited for one another. Or do you think I should just not reply at all? His last message was a few days ago. He seems sad that I've not replied, but I just don't know how to reply or what to say that will not make things worse. Any advice? Signed, single, and scared. So first of all, it honestly could be absolutely nothing. I mean, so you met with the guy. If he was nervous and didn't know, because I'm kind of seeing from his perspective, if he didn't, maybe you weren't what he was expecting either. And you're saying you have a feeling that he's following you, but you haven't seen him. So that, to me, that's a good thing. If you see him following you, whole different story. Mm-hmm. And it says here he knows where you live and where you work and where you go to the gym. Maybe don't share those kind of things when you don't even know the person
yet. Why on
yet.
earth does he know your schedule? If you hadn't even met this guy yet, why did you tell him all of those things? That's a really, really bad idea.
So some of this is a cautionary tale to just make sure
future reference.
In the future that you're a little more careful on this kind of thing. But now let's deal with this. First and foremost, again, you right now just kind of have a feeling maybe there's an issue. You haven't replied. His last message to you was a couple of days ago, so it might be done. He may be completely done, and he's moved on too. I personally would send a message. I don't know. What would you send a message or not?
I mean, at this point, if it's been a couple of days, I probably wouldn't bother. But if he messages you again, then follow that message up immediately with, I'm really sorry. I just don't think that this is going to work.
Yeah.
I had a really nice time. Thank you for inviting me out, but I'm looking for something specific in my life, and you just really don't meet all of the criteria that I'm looking for.
And I think whatever you do, be super nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you don't want, even if this guy is, if he's not a creeper or whatever
it is.
it is.
Anyway, no matter who you're talking to, you don't need to treat somebody poorly because you don't like him like that. It
doesn't say how many days have gone by. It's been a couple of days since his last message, and she was saying that they went on a date this weekend, so it's probably been 4 or 5, I don't know how many days since all of this stuff went down. But again, if he keeps sending you messages, it's a whole different thing. But at this point, like I said, if it were me, I would send a message. Heidi's saying only do that if he reaches out one more time.
Right. He may have already gotten the hint, and so you don't need to make it worse for him. But if he contacts you again, just say, look, and I'm really sorry, but I'm moving on.
And at this point, I think it's a good idea that you told your neighbors. Maybe just kind of, again, be observant of what's going on.
Don't tell everybody where you work, where you live, what you do, what your habits are. What were you thinking?
Well, again, I can understand where this kind of stuff, when you first meet somebody, what's one of the first, so what do you do for a living? I mean, that's one of the first things people ask. And I don't know why that is. I even remember talking to a guy who said this was like a person doing a presentation one time where saying, that's not who you are. Don't talk about
typical conversation starter. Where do you live? And if somebody asks you that, you don't tell them.
Maybe he picked her up for the date, Heidi.
Yeah, that's a bad idea too.
If
he
knows
knows where you work, have him pick you up at work.
So, see, we're learning things here. I would love it if you would chime in. Heidi and I have been married 20 years now. We've been out of the dating world for a long. I haven't gone on a date with somebody other than Heidi in like 7 years. So it's been.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, I haven't gone. Like, we've been out of this, especially since the whole online thing. We've never really done that. But I know somebody listening probably has. You can chime in with your good advice on our Facebook page. Heidi, I was just teasing. You know that, right?
I do know that,
okay.
Yes. Trust me, things would have ended much differently if I thought you were serious.
You just got really quiet when I said that. I want to make sure other people, they can't hear the smile. So you can chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a lucky shirt? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has several lucky shirts to wear next month for St. Patrick's Day. Or if it's a really lucky shirt, you can wear it every day. Green shirts, 4-leaf clovers, Irish sayings, and more. Don't wait. If you order your lucky shirt right now, it can be here in time to wear for St. Patrick's Day. Find t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to this, playing the accordion was once required for teachers in North Korea. The most popular instrument in North Korea is the accordion.
Really?
So much so, every teacher was required to learn to play to get their teaching certificate.
Really? That is interesting.
It says the accordion is portable in a way. It's like a grand piano is not portable, but this is. So they thought of this as the people's instrument. You could take it outside and play for laborers in the fields. So they said, you need to learn to play the accordion, and you'll play that for your students. So
Okay.
that's a lot different than the way I grew up. But, who's to say that's not the right way? Okay, I'll say it. That's probably not right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Hong Kong. Nurses in Hong Kong who treat the coronavirus are threatening to go on strike if the country doesn't close its borders with China. So when this story came out, maybe that's already done now. I have not clicked on the link to see, but when the story came out, they're saying, hey, we know there's a problem. We're really dealing with this, and we're running out of resources to deal with this. You need to close this border, or we're going to go on strike, and then it's going to be a really big problem.
Yep.
So that's kind of scary. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
It's a new year. Have you made a resolution to quit drinking or to finally get away from drugs for good? These are both habits that are hard to kick, but you can do it. We want to help you. TimeForRehab.com is here to help you find the help you need with your particular situation. If you want to make this year the year you get the help you need to live a normal life again, start with a little help from us at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A California man was arrested for burglarizing a business. It says here that that in itself wouldn't really be weird news, would it? Just a person burglarizing. It was at 3:16 a.m.
Okay.
Women's clothing store.
Okay.
And they found 28-year-old Robinson Carlton Ritchie on the sidewalk with one of the mannequins. He exited the business.
Though, if you're going to take something, make it newsworthy. I mean, he's walking down the street carrying a mannequin with him.
Yeah, he walked through the front door, was not found in possession of any other stolen items, just the
wanted that mannequin.
This incident was his 6th arrest this month, by the way, including multiple public intoxication charges, one resisting arrest charge, all handled by the Eureka Police Department. So they're like, yeah, I don't know what we can do. This guy
Maybe she's really alive when nobody else is around.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
I don't think that's legit. I don't think it was based on a true story.
It might be. You never know.
Could have been. It's also today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. A Florida mother served as the lookout and getaway driver for her 15-year-old
we talked
son.
about this.
He robbed a convenience store at gunpoint. So here's the rest of the story, Heidi. Police say they arrested a pair, 37-year-old Amanda Cherie Medor and her son and 2 other males at a Circle K store in Winter Springs, about 15 miles north of Orlando. Wearing a mask, the son entered the store carrying a gun. The boy, who was not wearing gloves, handed a note on paper demanding money to a terrified cashier who gave the money, and then he left the store. The underage gunman then departed the Circle K in a Chrysler Town & Country minivan being driven by his mother. So it says here they were caught.
Good.
He had a mask and clothing that matched the items that was being worn by the perpetrator of the robbery. And she was arrested for armed robbery and child neglect, both felonies. So,
Good.
yeah,
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That happened on Halloween. So why are we just seeing this story now?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's a weird story. It's today's moment of duh.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, fake news or Florida? Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it fake news made up just to trick you and amuse?
Alrighty, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Fake news or Florida? Fort Lauderdale man was arrested for a DUI after slamming his car into a police station. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida. I could see that happening.
I could see that happening too, but if it did, it was just a coinkydink.
All right.
That's fake news. By the way, thank you to the people who submit fake news and Florida stories. I get a lot of these now. That's really cool. People see stories all the time and they submit those. They say, hey, this look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this story. So if you notice, we have a lot of stories from the state of Florida because they've spilled out of this. And I'm like, I don't even have room for them all in here. Here's what I would like. More fake news stories like this. I can't make up fake news. When I make it up, Heidi never believes me. Oh, maybe once or twice. Hardly ever, though. So if you want to submit a fake news story, it's fun. Just make stuff up. You can submit it right through our website.
Usually the crazier the better. Because,
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to do it, you can do it right through the website, johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. And a lot of folks probably watched that football game that happened over the weekend. You know the one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I also have been seeing a lot of interesting stories online, but this one I think is really cool. Here's the headline. Chief player celebrates Super Bowl win by paying all adoption fees at a local shelter.
I saw this. How great is that?
Now, I'm going to apologize for a moment. And at first, I'm going to just say I don't know how to say this person's name because I'm not a sports guy. I have no clue. But everybody else, they're going to hear me say it, and I'm probably going to get ridiculed for saying it wrong. But Derek, is it Natty? It's Nnadi. Would that be Natty?
I would assume so.
I assume so too, but I could be wrong. But either way, he's an awesome dude. Kansas City Chiefs. He's helping homeless dogs find new homes in the wake of his Super Bowl win. There's a photo of him on this post where he's doing like a snow angel and all the ticker take stuff that fell, what do you call that stuff? The confetti that fell from the rafters there when they won.
It would have been confetti.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said, Heidi. The defense tackle is choosing to celebrate his win by paying for all of the adoptions of adoptable dogs currently at the Kansas City Pet Project. The response from people looking to adopt a furry companion has been very positive. Have a huge line of people at the location that want to adopt. And she said, the lady that did this story said, it's just so wonderful. So far, many pets are going home, and we are excited for them. I think that's really cool. And that's something that, how much could that possibly have cost? To say, I'm going to pay, because even if they have, let's say 200 animals, if it's 200 animals, and how much could it cost to adopt an animal? If it's $100, I'm not really good at math, but I believe 200 plus 100, what is that? $2,000 times 100? I don't know. I should not do math on the radio. 200 times 10 would be 2,000, so 20,000.
Anyway.
So this could add up, I guess, couldn't it? Heidi's just shaking her head because I'm doing math on the radio. Anyway, this pet project cares for over 10,000 pets a year. Oh, wow, that could be a very big bill then, couldn't it? They say we're thrilled and honored that he chose to do this. And I've got a link to the story in the show notes for today if you want to read all about it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Note to self, get a calculator next time. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.